Hello Stampers, MJ Owens here, your Southwest stamper, coming to you from the land of enchantment. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the US. Today I would like to show you how I made this thank you card. See how the letters stand out? The technique for this card is called the Eclipse Technique. And this is the inside of the card. Let me show you the stamp sets that we're going to use in today's project. I picked out 4. We're going to use the big thank you so much for the inside of the card. We're going to use in touches of texture this large flower stamp here and the dragonfly. And the touches of texture comes in a set of 2, and there's some really nice stamps in this stamp set. Beautiful Bouquet, we're going to use this little flower right here, and then we're going to use this stem that has the leaves on it and make a difference. The alphabet stamps, we're going to use just the letter A. For ink pads, we're going to use Memento, Tuxedo Black, Bermuda Bay, and Soft Seafoam. For Stampin' Right markers, we're going to use Petal Pink, Soft Seafoam, and Gray Granite. And for our dies, this is a beautiful set of dies here. This is designer lace edgelets. It comes in a set of 3, and we're going to be using this narrow one right here. And then in the large letters dies, there's 36 or 37, I think 37 dies in this set, and of course the alphabet, and then you have all of these punctuation items here. So we're going to use the B, the I, and the G out of this set. The cardstock layers are Whisper White, and I used an 8.5 by 5.5 scored at 4 1/4, and then I gave it a good crease with the bone folder. And then we're going to use Calypso Coral, and this is cut at 5 1/4 by 4, 2 pieces. And then I used 2 pieces of Whisper White cut at 5 by 3 3/4, one for the inside and one for the outside. So I think the first thing we're going to do is bring in the Big Shot and cut our little piece of lace edging across the top. And on the card, the sample that I have made, I cut along the side, but I think this time I'm going to see how it looks across the top. So we'll do just a little bit different today. So I'm going to bring in the Big Shot. And let's go ahead and line that up. If I can keep this in the frame for you. Line this up across the top. Okay. And then I'm going to run it through a few times just to make sure that all those little pieces get cut out. Okay, set this aside for a minute. It's very delicate, so I don't want to tear it. Isn't that beautiful? I think all the pieces did come out. Oh, there's 3 little ones right here. I'll just go ahead and poke those out right quick. Okay, very, very nice. And I probably had a shadow there in the video because I had to stand up so I could line this up good. We're going to use the Big Shot again to cut out the letters. But we're going to set it aside for a minute. We have to do some stamping first. Bring in the Pierce mat because we're going to stamp with photopolymer stamp first on a scrap piece of paper. And we're going to use just the stems here with the little leaves on it, and we're going to use the soft sea foam. I want a very, very light background. So we'll ink this up. This is really a very nice color. So we're going to stamp right about there. Ink it up again. And we'll stamp up there. And then once on the other side. Okay. And then, okay, so I'm going to turn this over and ink it this way. I'm going to stamp this one about right there. And then I'll stamp this one about right there. And then clean this off right quick with the chamois. And now, close up the black memento for now. And now I think what we'll do is go ahead and color these little flowers in first and the leaves, just so we can see where we're going to stamp our other tiny small flowers. So I'm going to color these in using the petal pink. And I think what I'll do is go ahead and speed up the video for this process so you don't have to watch me color all of these flowers in. I think that's all of the petal pink flowers. Now we're going to use our soft sea foam and color in the leaves. Okay, that really is a very nice color. Now we're going to take our Bermuda Bay ink. This is kind of a stiff new stamp pad. Got ink on my finger. Now we're going to do our little flowers, but what I'm going to do is stamp off so they're kind of light. Just stamp them randomly here and there. Give it a little more color. Oops. So let's try to get these letters lined up pretty evenly. with the same amount of space on either side of the card. And maybe this should go over just a tad. That looks pretty good. So let's put the cover on and run it through. Okay, let's get the big shot back out of the way. Get our letters off. Okay, there's our word cut out. And here's our beautiful letters. Let me set those aside for a second so I can get this stuff put away. So now what we're going to do is take our card base and we're going to put the Calypso Coral layer on there. We're going to use the Tombow glue. Kind of gets stuck when it sets for a little bit. So let's put this layer on the top of the card. Put the bee back in. And then we're going to go ahead and glue these in. Here's that one. And there's that one. So now we can take our bee back up. So then let's put our foam adhesive strip on the back. These are Stampin' Up's foam adhesive strips, and they come in really skinny little strips, so it's easy to put on these letters. So we're going to take one out and start with that one, and we'll do our bee first. So we put it down the middle. There, and I just kind of go around the corner and cut it off there. And then around the corner. And cut it out there. Okay, so there's our bee. And do the eye. Which is a very simple one, thank goodness. And then we're going to do the G. So I'll put this piece on the big one to start with. And then put a little piece here. And then I think that one's too small, so we'll grab another little piece here. And put that one right here. And I think I might cut a little bit more of this one off. And then we'll use a tiny little piece right here. Okay, it's still a little bit too long. Okay. I think my scissors are going to be a little bit sticky when I'm done with this. We take the backing off. Let's start with the bee. There's going to be a lot of little pieces here. And it hasn't really been too humid here, but when it gets hot and humid, it seems like the sticky on these adhesive strips and the dimensionals seem to stick so much harder that it's hard to get them off. So let's line the bee up where it goes. And that gives you the dimension. You can see that. Okay, now the eye, the easy one. Okay. And there's the I, and now the G. Okay. See if we can get these tiny ones off. There. I think that looks good. So the B, the I, and the G are very dimensional now. So then the next thing that I did was take the A on the little block here, and I used Memento Black for that A. And I just A big, and then the next thing we're going to do is stamp the inside of our card piece, and that is with Memento Black, the big thank you. So I'm going to use the Stamparatus. The other piece of Whisper White is right here. So we're going to put it up here in the corner and use the magnet. Then we're going to line up the thank you where we want it to go, which looks pretty straight there. Scoot it over a little bit. And it'll give you plenty of room to write your sentiment, your handwritten message on the inside. So we bring the lid over and we make this stamp stick to that. Then we can give it a good pressure. And the O did not stamp really well, so we'll just re-ink, especially the O. And we'll bring it back over, put the pressure on the O mostly, and stamp some more. And there, that's a beautiful image. So then we can get our stamp over here on the scrubber, move the stamparatus out of the way, and then we can stamp our little dragonfly. Here. And then I also use the Memento black for the dragonfly, and it's a rubber stamp, so we don't need the Pierce mat. Make sure I get it inked up well enough to get a good image. And then I'll just put him right here. There, that's a beautiful image too. Next thing I did was take my petal pink, and I want to give that a second to dry, the Memento ink. And then I'm going to color in just the wings. And it will match the color on the front of the card. And then I used the gray granite for the body of the dragonfly instead of black because I didn't want all of those little lines to disappear. And that will be dark enough. So then the last finishing touch will be a wink of Stella for the wings. And that'll give it just enough sparkle to look really, really nice. Okay, I don't know if you can see the sparkle, but it's really nice. So then we'll take this and mount it to our Calypso Coral. Here I go again with the clogged up. I let it set with the air conditioner blowing down on it. Okay, that'll be enough. I'm going to center this the best we can. And then we'll take our card and glue this to the inside. Okay, and that is our project for today. A big thank you so much. So that's it for today. Let me bring in the other card. Here are the two versions. Please comment below if you have any questions. I hope you enjoyed today's project, and if you did, please give a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel and share my video with others. If you don't have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, I would love to earn your business. I'll be sure to list the dimensions along with the products and details below the video, along with the link to my online store. If you have any questions, you can leave a comment below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.